What's up, guys? Sean here, and I'm here on Amazon, and I'm just here to let you guys know that you do not need to break the bank to get into some freehand waterstone sharpening. So you can see here in the search, we are searching for king stones. King stones, if you don't know, are the most prolific waterstone probably in the world. They're super affordable. It's basically a clay stone that you have to soak. It's got abrasive inside there. Not a high volume of abrasive, but definitely enough to start cutting some steel and get out there and use these things. So let's come down here and check it out. And you can see we've got the King two-sided sharpening stone. That's pretty sweet. But check this out right here. King 1K whetstone with plastic base, 13 bucks. Are you kidding me? We get a waterstone at 1,000 grit for $13. Like I just said, you do not need to break the bank. Oh, you also want a 6K stone? Look at that. 18.95. Together, we're only spending about $32, and you have a really nice setup there. It's definitely going to have trouble cutting something like an S110V, but look at the price here, okay? If you want something that'll cut that, you're looking at an $80 to $150 waterstone for 1 grit. Okay, so this is going to sharpen all of your just normal steels perfectly fine. You're not going to have any issues with it. It's skill, not tools, guys. And look at this. You could put these two stones together for 28 bucks. So it's even cheaper if you get them on the same stone. Definitely, some people can complain about grit contamination and stuff like that by having it on the same stone, but I find it's probably not as big of a deal as people make it out to be. You could also get the stone by itself. You can see here, you get a much thicker stone with a kind of wider working area. It's just a bigger stone, and that's a 1,200 grit there for 20 bucks. But you don't get the plastic base. The plastic base is useful because you get enough wrist clearance to actually use the stone, setting it on your counter if you don't have anything. With this one, you'd probably be better off using something like a stone holder because it'll help elevate the stone off the counter as well as keep it from slipping around. But, you know, back when I was a baller on a budget getting started into sharpening, I didn't have a stone holder. And so what I would do is I'd kind of place a towel at the end of a countertop, and that way I could sharpen from the side of the counter. This is probably the stone I would get right here. This is a King 250 1K combo. The reason why I get it is because the 250 is low enough grit to kind of sharpen and reprofile things that are really damaged, which a lot of knives are. If you're out there using your knives, they're getting dull, they're getting chipped, they're getting blunted. And so the 1K isn't really coarse enough to really sharpen a damaged, super dull edge. It's good for maintaining an edge per se, as well as just for the general sharpening. But the 250, I think, is going to work much, much better for a lot of the super dull, damaged blades out there. You can do fewer passes on the 250, then take the scratches out and actually just fully sharpen on the 1K, and that's only 17 bucks, so that's a smoking deal. Then you see right here, again, we've got the 1K. This is 20 bucks versus 13 bucks. Like I said, though, you're getting more surface area. It's a bigger stone, and you're getting more grit. So it's definitely worth it if you decide to invest into that right there. Let's see, we got another one. This is a 6K combo, 33 bucks. Again, we got the 6K. Now, why would anybody pay 40 bucks for this 6K versus the 23 for this one? Well, the thing is that you don't realize from these pictures is that the $40 one actually is a bigger stone. Just like how this stone right here is bigger. Okay, this is also a much larger stone, so you pay for having more comfort and use. The wider the surface area of the stone, just the more comfort it is in using with bigger knives or even smaller knives. It's nice to have all that real estate. You also pay for having more of the abrasive. And I'm telling you guys, I mean, these stones should last. I mean, I've definitely haven't gone through mine, and I purchased them probably like 6 years ago, and I bought these smaller ones over here. So there's no telling how long these thicker stones will last if you're just an average dude sharpening your own personal knives and not sharpening everybody's knives. I mean, we're talking maybe a good 20 years possibly if you use them all the time. So that's kind of it for you guys. We can definitely talk in agonizing detail about all the different water stones and this and that. But let's keep it simple for now and just tell you guys that you do not need to break the bank when it comes to buying and getting into waterstone sharpening. Really, the limiting factor in getting performance out of waterstone sharpening, or any sharpening for that matter, or even a knife, it's all up to you, and it's how you sharpen it. It's skill, it's not the tools. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care.